How terrifying is the American man who massacred his own family? Did you think it was over? After doing all this, the man took the initiative to find the police and invited them to see his masterpiece.
I'm serious, I'm not crazy. And you can go to the address and verify. The address is 3719 Mac Court.
However, the officer thought it was a prank. So why would this man brutally attack his own family? This incident occurred on the evening of January 11, 2023. 42-year-old Martin suddenly rushed into his home with a shotgun and opened fire on the 5 family members inside. However, after completing the massacre, Martin did not flee the scene. Instead, he calmly called his ex-girlfriend and said, "I will love you forever." Afterward, he found a patrol car nearby and told the officer that he had killed 5 people from his family.
To the address and verify. The address is 3719 Mac Court. But I want you to handcuff me first.
Not only did Martin confess to his crime, he also demanded that the officer quickly handcuff him. At this moment, the officer's brain was basically frozen by Martin for 5 seconds. After an intense internal struggle, he finally asked Martin to wait out the hand.
What the hell, dude? Hold on, I got us.
At this time, the officer in the passenger seat talked with Martin, while the driver immediately reported the situation to dispatch.
4-4 apartment male. He approached our vehicle and said that he just did something bad, and he's going to give us an address on Mac Court as to what he did and where it's at. 3719 Mac Court. He said that he killed 5 people.
Because the situation reported by the officer was extremely similar to the emergency call received by the dispatch center, the officers realized that what this guy was saying was very likely true, so they immediately detained Martin. Dispatch immediately sent a team of officers to Martin's home to verify the authenticity of the information. However, when the officers arrived at the scene, Martin's mother had already been waiting for them for a long time, but out of fear, had not entered the house to check inside.
Hi, my daughter lives here. I got a call from 2 cousins, my son. Murdered them all. I don't know, I just got here and I don't trust him, so I was afraid to knock on the door. I was waiting for you guys.
His son's not here, I don't believe. He approached 2
Do you know the cousin? Does he have mental disorders? What's up?
Who?
The guy that called.
My son, yes, he was locked up for 20 years. Yes, he's got mental
What was he
issues.
locked up for?
All kinds of violations.
Like violence
yes,
against people?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, well, just hang tight for us.
The officers learned from Martin's mother that he had previously been in prison for 20 years for multiple crimes. However, after being released from prison, Martin not only suffered from severe mental illness, but also had terrifying violent tendencies. As everyone looked at the small house before them, which had strangely lost its warm lights in the biting winter cold, ...
Yeah. R25 radio. The front door is open. It's just.
The reason Martin's mother arrived early was that Martin's ex-girlfriend notified his 2 cousins, which is why his mother was able to get to the scene 1 step ahead of the police. But she found that the lights in the house were not on, which was very unusual. Out of fear, she didn't dare to enter and could only wait for the officers to arrive.
Are you trying to call her?
I called all of them. No one's answering.
After confirming search authorization with the dispatch center, several officers entered the house to conduct an investigation. However, the scene before them immediately made the officers' hair stand on end.
En route to the location. I wasn't notified of anyone being inside.
Cleveland Police!
It is not enough to go see
No,
getting
I
over
don't
the
know.
door.
I don't know. I was just waiting for the door. I found time. I had to have the cops come. I don't know. They're going in and out.
Cleveland Police! Somebody's on the bed. Oh, yo, it's real. Get EMS rolling.
Where are you
You got 1 female on the ground.
It was confirmed that all 5 victims had been shot in the head. Martin's brother-in-law, father, and older nephew were pronounced dead at the scene. His sister and 8-year-old daughter were sent to the hospital for emergency treatment because they still showed signs of life. However, in the end, only the young daughter miraculously survived. Why would Martin brutally attack his own family? This was in Martin's own statement.
Got lucky and lived. 2 of them got lucky and lived.
The other 3 didn't.
What prompted that?
Just the way people treat me.
Okay.
You know, I came home from prison. I didn't bother nobody. Just couldn't get a job. And then they make food, but they eat it all. So by the time I get to it, there's nothing to eat. And all they tell me is that's my business. Okay. So I let that go on for months. You know, I got blisters on my feet from walking 11 miles trying to get a job, but you guys got 2 cars and you can't drive me?
Sure.
So I killed them.
So how long have you been living at the house on that?
Couple of months.
Couple months.
Have you been staying at your sister's the whole time?
No, I've been to Texas, I've been to Jersey, I've been to Illinois, here.
So, Mr. Nunes, can you walk us through the events of this evening, how it transpired?
No, I came upstairs to eat. And I asked my sister's dad, no, I'm lying. I asked Jaden, her son, I said, yo, where's the rest of the food at? He said, no, it's gone. I'm like, what you mean it's gone? I didn't even eat yet. So he was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. So I said, okay, well, where's my sister at? So I asked my sister, I said, where's the food at? She said, I don't know. Why are you asking me? I said, okay. I said, yo, I didn't eat. We're gonna have a problem. Nobody said nothing. So,
In the end, Martin was charged with multiple felonies, including first-degree murder and illegal possession of a weapon, and was sentenced to 4 life sentences. The judge set Martin bail at $20 million US. What does everyone think about this incident? Type your answers in the comment section, and we'll see you next time.